Hi, this is Anna East Eden. Welcome to Hollywood and Beyond podcast with host Stephen Brittingham. Enjoy.
Hi, Stephen. This is Emily Proctor calling you.
Hi, Stephen. It's Melissa Anderson calling.
Mr. Brittingham, this is Bill Duke. How are you, sir?
Stephen, this is Patrick Duffy.
Welcome to Hollywood and Beyond podcast. Your home for meaningful and in-depth interviews. For more guest and show news, please visit hollywoodbeyond.net.
Hey, Supernatural fans, this is Carrie Gonzell inviting you to join me for Creation's Supernatural Convention in Arlington, Virginia, this coming August 12th through 14th. I will be there along with all of your favorite Supernatural stars. Join me for a free screening of Just My Imagination. I will be hosting along with the hilarious Nate Torrance, who plays Sully. There will be autographs, photo ops, a karaoke night, and so much more. Get your tickets at creationent.com. Don't miss out. Get yours today.
Have a question or comment for Stephen? You can send them anytime to the show's official email address, hollywoodandbeyondshow@gmail.com. Stephen looks forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you for listening and enjoy the show.
Hi, friends and listeners. Welcome to Hollywood and Beyond podcast. I am your host, actor and writer Stephen Brittingham. Thanks so much for listening. My guest today is Natalie Peri, who is visiting Hollywood and Beyond today to share some of her artistic journey, which includes acting, modeling, and singing. And just about any area of the industry Natalie has an interest in being involved with. She has numerous appearances and roles in horror films, for example, and I am really looking forward to learning more about her career and her artistic efforts and journey, as well as her plans for the future. Natalie, welcome to Hollywood and Beyond. Nice to have you here.
Hi. Thank you for having me. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My pleasure. I'm here in Cincinnati, and where are you joining me from today?
I'm in New York. I'm on the East Coast.
On the East Coast, up the Big Apple, and I imagine it's probably pretty hot over that way.
Oh my God! It's like over 100 degrees. You know,
Yes.
it's that kind of weather where you go out, you can't breathe. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to carry a bottle of water with you, and yeah, it's yeah. So I actually just, like I told you a little while ago, I actually just walked in the door because I just came back from the dentist again.
Yes.
But yeah, but it's really nice to, I didn't want to. It's finally that we're doing the interview. That's all I got to say.
Well, I'm very excited about it, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
You are most
welcome. Thank you so much.
And so you're up over there in the Big Apple. So how about we take it a step further? Where are you actually from, Natalie?
You mean like where was I born, or where was I from living?
Yes,
okay.
Like your childhood years and all that good stuff.
I'd rather not talk about my childhood, if that's okay.
Sure.
I was raised by my grandparents. I moved around a lot because my mom was an alcoholic, and so
okay, well, I can skip all that.
California, I lived in California, Florida, Jersey, Minnesota. So both my grandparents raised me, So I like I said, I moved around a lot. So
well, my grandparents raised me too, so I can totally relate.
They were the best. They were the best. They're gone now. So was my mom, but I grew up without a father also. So both my grandpas I considered my dads.
I see.
So let me not get into that because I'm going to tear.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I lived in Clearwater for a while, and I also lived in California, San Diego. I lived there with my grandparents. When I lived there, all I remember really, because I was so young, is that there were fires every single night because we were in the mountains.
Oh, wow.
And and I used to ask a lot of questions. I always ask questions. I would be like, "What's happening?" Because it was so high that the trees actually do burn. And now that I'm older and I see and I hear that there are fires in California, I know because it's hot because there's they have a water shortage thing over there. Yeah, and once it's true because I remember. When I was little, hearing fire engines like every night, and my grandma and grandpa would tell me, and I would see like the sky light up. That I remember some things from California. I do have family there living now too, and I do have family still living in Florida. Unfortunately, both my grandparents are gone, and yeah, so I'm from everywhere.
You're from everywhere. I like that
Basically,
answer.
I'm from everywhere. I travel everywhere, especially for filming.
Sure.
I lived in California from 2016 to 2018. I may look like a California girl, but I'm not a California person. I'd rather stay on the East Coast. To me, it's like Manhattan with palm trees. They do have nice beaches, though. I got to say that. Like, I went to Santa Monica. I love Santa Monica because I was filming out there, so I ended up moving out there for a little while. So, yeah, but I'd rather stay. I live in Long Island now, so I'm not going to say where. I don't need nobody to know where I live.
I don't blame you.
But I do travel back and forth, because I have family in California. And in fact, I'm going to California for Thanksgiving, to spend with my family. So, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that
that's the
sounds
plan.
nice.
Unless I'm filming. Then, we'll see. But that's the plan for now. But, yeah.
That's very interesting, Natalie. I have often told folks that sometimes, even if they are an actor, that, even though Hollywood, of course, is out west and in Los Angeles, in California, that there are actors that just prefer the East Coast or Manhattan. And then there are those who just prefer being out west, with the palm trees. And they both have their own state of minds, don't they? Their own world, so to speak.
Yeah, no, see, I like the different change of weather. Like when it's winter on Long Island, it snows. Like,
isn't that nice to have the seasons?
Yes.
Because we do in Cincinnati as well. Like we have the fall and the winter and
right. And and I love October. I loved October. I love when the leaves change color. It's so beautiful. And then the weather change color. And then I love the fashion too, because in the summer you wear sandals and skirts and t-shirts and shorts. And then in the winter you wear the boots with the gloves and the hat and the fur coat,
It's so
I
nice.
like to change with the weather.
and when the breeze starts to get a little bit cooler, isn't that just like, it sounds so simple, but it's exciting. It's like, oh, feel that little cool breeze, and the leaves start to kind of change color, fall here and there. It is a nice experience. I mean, as much as I love LA, I've always been fascinated about New York.
Yeah, I'm not an LA person. I actually want to buy like a little house, not a big house. I don't need a mansion with 100 rooms and 5 pools and 20,000 bathrooms. I just want to.
You don't want 5 pools?
I don't want 5 pools. I don't need a 100-room mansion. No, I just want a simple little house on a beach in Key West, nice. And I'm going to tell you why. I love Florida, okay, but I love dolphins.
Oh, me too.
And when I went to Florida and Key West, I was actually in the water with the dolphins.
Were you really? What was that like?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I would stand there and tap the water, and they would come to me. And then when I went to Bermuda on a cruise, I did an excursion, and I went and I actually swam with the dolphins in the bay. The dolphin kissed me on the lips, let me rub his belly, and I swam with the dolphin. He was doing like 20 miles per hour in and out of the water. It was the best experience of my life. So from that day, I said, I want to, when it finally happens, I will be moving to Key West. I know there are hurricanes, okay, to Key West with a small house with my dogs, and I want to have dolphins in the water with me.
That sounds wonderful.
That's my dream.
I love Florida. And speaking of a place that has its own mindset, that is Florida. Have you heard of Seagrove Beach or Seaside near Destin?
No.
Okay, it's on the Gulf Coast side.
I actually filmed in Boca, and that was my first time there. And Boca was gorgeous.
Well, I recommend visiting those places. I've never heard.
What?
I recommend visiting Seagrove and Seaside if you ever get a chance, and Destin. It's
I will.
Lots of dolphins, Natalie. Lots of dolphins in that area.
I'm actually supposed to be filming next year in Miami. My first time will be Miami. My first time, because everybody says, "You haven't been to Miami yet?" Really? I said, "No, I've been to Miami. I've been to Orlando, Boca, Key West, Cocoa Beach, Fort Myers, Fort Lauderdale, Ocala, Bradenton, Clearwater." All those, but I've never been to
to
Miami. I've never been to Miami. And I was talking to my friend who's an actor, who's an ex-football player. He goes, "You got to come down to Miami." I said, "Well, when we film, I'll be in Miami."
Well, I would love to hear how that visit goes. So when that happens, keep me in mind and let me know.
I will. That way, if everything goes okay with the filming and everything goes okay, we'll be filming in Miami, probably in February of 2023.
Okay.
I think that's what they said. I'm not sure. Because I'm doing this. Whatchamacallit? I'm a new superhero.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be a new superhero villain. Her name is going to be Pink Diamond.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that has to be exciting.
Yeah. I'm hooked with PDB Management and Terry T. Hall Productions and Powerhouse Door Productions. And my character is Pink Diamond. And there's just a lot, there's, with CV Kitchen, he wrote all these books, and he cast me in all his films. All the books are going to come to life, and I'm all the lead characters, and I'm talking vampire, werewolves, and one I'm particularly happy about is, I gotta look at my IMDb, I can't remember. Sword of Power, and Rise of the Phoenix, which is, she's a witch. And when he wrote the book, he never met me. But when he wrote the book, he had this girl on the book. And then when he saw my photo, he goes, "Oh my God, this is you." And I called him up and I said, "Did you have a vision?" He goes, "Yeah, I did actually." Because the girl looks just like me on the cover. And he never knew me.
Oh, very interesting.
He
had your imagery in mind, though, and presto, there you are.
And it's amazing. I'm going to send you the picture. It's amazing how much that the girl on the cover on the book. So I'm going to be the lead role in that.
I think I've seen this picture.
I have to go home. Yeah, you did. You probably did.
And I was wondering if that was meant to be you.
Well, now it is.
Hey, congratulations. This sounds very exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be working with all these people. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, crap. Just give me one second.
No problem
Here it
at
is,
all.
Rise of the Phoenix. I'm going to send it to you right now.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second. Recent. Done. I just sent it.
Oh, great. Thank you. Let's see here. I'll look for that.
Look at her face and look at my face.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one I was wondering if that was you.
Yeah. Oh, now it is now.
And this is the one that's going to be filmed in Miami?
I don't know where this is going to be filmed. Okay. No, the one in Miami is going to be. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
There's. It says it. There's like it's going. A lot of them are going to be filmed in Louisiana, Miami, Oklahoma, Chicago. So I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. I'm also, which I want to thank everybody too. You know, I am cast for a TV series that I can't announce yet, but it's gonna. I'm playing the goddess of wisdom, and it's going to be on Hulu, Roku, and Netflix in France or Italy. I'm not sure. Not the USA yet, but it's going to be on Hulu definitely.
Well, congratulations to you. That's also very exciting.
Yeah. The producer. I spoke to the producer, and he liked me, and they're writing a character in for me, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And I'll be announcing that within a week. He said within a week, and you'll be getting contracts and this and that, and that's going to be on Hulu. Yeah, so
that is awesome.
I'm excited about that.
Well, I bet really you are.
Say too much about it. Yeah, I'm like dying. I can't wait to announce to the whole world.
You've got all kinds of things going on. Well, if you don't mind me asking you about a title that really caught my attention. It really did, and I believe it's in post-production. So I'm hoping that means that it's going to be edited and released, hopefully not too long down the road. And that is Amityville Thanksgiving.
Oh, I filmed that already.
That is great. Well, is there anything you can share about that? That title caught my attention.
Amityville Thanksgiving. We filmed that in East Long Island. We filmed it in a remote location. It was about a couple that goes to this marriage counselor because they're having problems. My co-star was Paul Fagioni. Oh my God, he's so funny. He does all these impressions. He made me laugh. I've never laughed so hard on set in my life when I was filming this film. The doctor turns out to be the devil.
Oh my.
Yeah. So what we find out is that in the movie, I turn out to be a demon bride.
Oh,
wow. Demon bride. I did a lot of screaming in this movie.
I can imagine.
A lot of running in this movie.
I'd be running too if I found out what you were.
In this movie. I'm the lead. I'm the female woman lead, the only female lead in the movie.
Fantastic.
And it was a lot of fun. In fact, that was the first time that Will Collazo, the director, ever heard me scream. When I screamed, they're like, "Oh my God, did you hear her scream? That's the best scream in Hollywood I ever heard."
There you go. Well, that's great.
Because they're like, everybody stopped and just like, "Oh my God, her scream! No special effects needed." So I had to do a lot of screaming. In fact, this movie that I just filmed recently, Silent Night, Bloody Night, I play a doctor in a psych ward.
And this is part 3, right?
Part 3, yes.
Yeah.
Silent Night, Bloody Night, part 3, yeah. Because there's 2 parts. One was 1972, and one was 2015. This is the third one. Silent Night, Bloody Night, with the same production company. And I played like a Dr. Snyder. She's, with the crazy patients. And there's one part where I see something and I scream. So when we were doing the scene, Julie, the producer, she goes, I know you'll scream. Try not to scream too loud because there's people next door.
Well, let me ask you, Natalie, when it comes to screaming, I mean, do you find that there's a certain approach that is needed by you? I mean, do you risk losing your voice if you don't do it in a certain way or have a certain technique?
I think no, it's just that my scream, I think it's because I have my scream, it's because I'm a singer also.
Gotcha.
And also because I have stage background.
That's very helpful. Yes, very beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I started out actually on stage. I mean,
I was going to ask you, how did your interest in acting start, Natalie? It was through theater?
Yeah, actually, no. It started in chorus.
Okay.
When I was 13, I had a stuttering problem, really bad. I wouldn't talk to nobody, wouldn't talk to anybody, and but I always loved to sing. So I was one of the girls who would sit in the back, stand in the back, and do the chorus in the back, and not be seen. When I was very, very shy, very, very shy. You wouldn't think it now. No, actually, I'm still shy. I still say I'm so shy because I can't watch my movies. I don't watch my own movies.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I close my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, is it over? Is it finished?
You like being in them, but you don't want to see yourself in.
I don't want to see myself.
Yeah.
I turned 50 Shades of Red, So to make a long story short, I was singing in the chorus, and the music teacher goes to me and says, Natalie, can you come up front? And I'm like, okay. Like I was said, what? He goes, I want you to do a solo. And I was like, no, I don't want to do a solo. I was, I was so bad with stuttering, I couldn't even talk to the teachers.
Oh.
So I just shook my head no. And he goes, let me hear you sing solo. So as I'm singing solo, the drama teacher walks in, and I forgot what I was singing solo in the room, but he's like, wow, you got some voice. So I shook my head and I said, thank you. And he goes, listen, we're doing a play now. I want you, why don't you audition for it? I think you'd be great. And I think that by you being on stage would help your stuttering problem. So I was like, no, can I think about it? So for the first few days after school, I would go sit in the auditorium and just watch them, rehearsing. And then I just got up, went to the front, and I went to the director, the drama coach teacher. And I said, okay, I'm ready. He goes, right now? I said, yes, I'm ready. I said, let's do this before I change my mind. I was always like, I was like a go-getter. So I got on stage and he says, okay, do you know the sun will come out tomorrow? And I said, yes, I do. So I went to the piano and they tried to find my key and everything. And I sang, I said, you know what? I said, let me sing a cappella. I was bold. Because I was up there. So he goes, a cappella? I said, yeah, I don't want the music. So I sang it and they were blown away. A cappella. Wow. Even the piano player was like, wow.
And the stuttering was just like, it just wasn't there when you were singing?
No, when you're singing, you don't stutter.
Okay.
Yeah. So I sang, the sun will come out tomorrow. And the teacher came up to me, the drama teacher, and he goes, oh my God. He goes, I want to give you the role of Annie. And I said, no. I said, can I just play one of the orphans? A very minor role. Then after that, I started doing more plays, because and gradually my stuttering went away. The more plays I did, the more singing I did, the more confidence I got, it started to go away.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. How long did you have that
So
stuttering problem? Are we talking like years, or was it something that just kind of formed?
no, I've had it since I was a little girl.
I see.
Yeah. I don't know why, to be honest with you. I know my grandfather stuttered, but
Okay.
I think it was because of my mom, to be honest with you, because I was afraid of my mother. I
I
don't know,
see.
but she used to pick on me too because I couldn't talk right.
Oh,
You know?
well, you're
Yeah.
talking
So
fine now, so that's all that
yeah, I'm
matters,
talking.
right?
I mean, sometimes I started hearing now, like when I'm talking on 1,000 miles a minute. But I found out that when you stutter, it's because your brain is working faster than your mouth.
Okay. Well, you have a lot to say
You
then,
know,
don't you? A lot
so
of thoughts up there.
oh yeah, yeah. I even talk in my sleep now. So I try to help people. Like I was on a show not so long ago about people with disabilities, because stuttering is a disability. And so I went on the show and I started talking about my experience, and I gave advice to people, which I love giving advice to people. If I can help people, help them with their stuttering problem, I just give advice. I would say it means that you're creative, which I always was. It means that you're creative and you're smart because your brain is working overtime and it's trying to catch up to what you have to speak.
Exactly.
So my advice was get yourself into some kind of art program, whether it's painting or singing or acting or anything like that, because that means that you're a very creative person. And that will give you more confidence, and that will gradually help your stuttering problem go away. And I had a mother call me after that, and she says, my daughter loves you. Okay, I have little girls messaging me for helping them, because one mother told me I got my daughter into a program and she's not stuttering anymore. And I have little girls calling me and telling me, I want to be like Natalie Peri. I want to grow up to be like Natalie Peri.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
I know, it's a nice
You are making
feeling.
a positive difference, and
Yeah,
that
I
is
always wanted to
nice.
be an icon, and so far, yeah, I always wanted to be an icon. So if I could be an icon to somebody, uh, I love that. So just that feeling of knowing that I'm helping people like that, it warms my heart.
Well, it warms my heart too, and thank you for sharing
Thank
all of that.
you.
I was very touched. I'm very impressed of how far
Thank
you've been
you.
able to come. Since that
Thank
time, you
you.
didn't let it stop you, and you gave some
No.
wonderful reasons why you think that the arts and acting made a difference. I have a question for you, Natalie, because I have a background in theater as well. I'm sure you've had a crazy situation or two where something did not go as planned, and it's with a live audience. Maybe your co-stars forgot their lines like a whole bunch, or maybe a prop falls apart. Or did you ever have any crazy stories involving theater that you could share?
I have a gift. I can read a script less than an hour, remember my lines, and remember other people's lines within an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I'll give you an example. Well, the first time I knew about this is when I had to go perform on stage in Manhattan. I was doing a play, and I had just gotten to the play, and somebody handed me the script, and they said the director changed your lines, and I went, oh no, oh no. I looked at it, and I said, okay. I looked at it, and I looked at it for about like 5-10 minutes. I got on stage, and I said every word by word with no problem. So when I got off the stage, two people came up to me that was on set, and they said, "Oh my God, you got that gift!" And to this day, I still not know that name. What they said, Strasberg. I don't know what it was. Not Meisner, not Method, not the Kaminsky. I still to this day don't know what they said. And then there was another incident that I was filming in closer to Hamptons for the streets. And I was filming from the morning till like 4:00 in the afternoon, and I was on my way home. Now, mind you, that's almost an hour drive. Okay, so as I pull into my driveway, the director calls me back up. He goes, "You got to come back." I said, "What?" I said, "I just got home from filming 7 a.m. this morning." He goes, "Yeah, but the other girl didn't show up. We want to do another scene." And I said, "All right." I said, "I'm leaving now." I got back to the set. He handed me a 3-page script, dialogue. I said, "Give me 30 minutes." Came out, did my scene, and even helped the other girls with their lines.
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
yeah.
I've heard of actors that can do that. There's a couple actors that I've heard about that, like, they actually in the dressing room, they'll go over a script and they can practically memorize the entire script. Where other actors, of course, need a little more time, to get everything memorized. So that's amazing that you can do that. I could memorize my lines quickly, but I think you may have me beat on that as far as, just a few hours.
Yeah, well, less than an hour, and then I can tell you the whole entire story from beginning to end, with the plot, everything. Yeah, so I must get 20 to 30 scripts per week.
That's a lot of scripts to go through.
Yeah, but
now, are they mostly horror films? Like, is that what people want you for?
No. I'm doing other roles. I can do any character. I'm not typecast. That for sure. I'm not. I played a mom who committed suicide, hung herself, which I almost hung myself. I played a mom who had a daughter who was possessed. I played a prostitute. I played a rebel. I played a doctor.
That is some
I
variety.
played a producer. Yeah, I played a producer. I played a wife. I played an FBI agent.
Wide variety.
So yeah.
Now you mentioned that you almost hung yourself. Are you meaning that literally, or more tongue in cheek, so to speak?
No, I almost hung myself. We were doing. I was filming a scene. It's Matters of the Heart. Okay, it's on Amazon Prime now. I had a very small role. I played a wife of a man that she was married to who was a pedophile. And they had an adopted 7-year-old, and he's a pedophile, and he molested her. And my character, the wife, didn't know this, so she couldn't do nothing about it. So she blamed herself. And when I did the scene, I had a bruised rib. Okay, so I was standing on a bed, and they put the kerchief on the fan, and I was on my tippy toes on the bed. And I was swaying myself.
Oh, okay.
And because of my rib, I almost fell off the thing, and I almost hung myself.
Oh my goodness, that's a close call.
Yeah, I was shaking. They were like, "Are you okay?" Oh my God! Everybody was screaming. I said, I'm fine. Let me just sit here for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I get back up there. I did the scene. I had my head down. I got off the bed. Scene done.
The show must go on, right?
The show must go on. Yeah, I do all my stunts. I've gotten hurt so many times on set. Oh, my God.
I noticed that you can do some of your own stunts.
Broke my finger. I love doing my own stunts. I don't know if I'll be doing them in the future. As drastic, like in the streets, when I filmed the scene in the streets, this was my idea. Pink was a rebel, and I went to the director. I said, "Listen, I want to do a scene where I'm hanging out of a car shooting at somebody." And he goes, "Are you nuts?" So I said, "I want to be on top of the car." So instead, I was in a van, and I was holding on to the rack of the van, and my finger got caught as he was doing a 360 spin. My finger got caught in the rack, on the top of the car,
Oh,
and I broke my pinky.
ouch. That's painful
Yeah,
to think
but-
about.
Yeah, but we still did the scene, and then naturally I had to take care of my pinky after I shot and everything. So, oh yeah, I've gotten hurt a lot, but I just keep going.
You just keep going. Now, what about your adventures in singing? I believe that you've sung at a lot of events, or
I've been singing my whole life. I used to be with a duo called Rock and Robin.
yeah, that's
And
it.
yeah, I had to learn the genre for the 50s, 60s, and 70s because I didn't really know them, especially the 50s and 60s. Because my partner, who I was with at the time, as a duo, he would do all the Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, and then I would have to learn all the other ones like Leslie Gore, the Shirelles, and all those 50 songs. And I must have done over 8,000 shows. I've done a lot of military shows. I've done a lot of festivals. We don't sing together anymore because before COVID started, he got sick and I got sick in 2020.
yeah.
I don't know if you heard that story.
I don't believe I have.
And so, where I flatlined.
No, I've never heard of that. When I was researching you, I never came across that story somehow.
Yeah, that was I flatlined on Father's Day 2020. I woke up with a pain in my lower abdomen. To make a long story short, I started to bleed out, and I was in the hospital. I flatlined. They told me that I flatlined, and they told me what I had. They found staphylococcus in my stomach that went to my colon.
Oh.
And yeah, so they said I'm lucky the way it happened because it could have happened overnight and I could have died in my sleep.
No.
But I actually felt like, because when I was in so much pain at home, and my body started to turn cold.
Oh.
That's when my friend had to call the ambulance, and I was shaking, and I was literally like passed out on the floor. Like I actually felt when it happened, I felt my body leave. So I was
just about to ask you if you recall like any of that specifically.
I didn't remember it until weeks later. Mine wasn't like I was floating over my body in the hospital looking at myself. Mine was a different feeling. Mine was I was walking. I love the beach. Mine was I was walking on the beach by myself, and I was walking towards the sun. And I loved, and I was walking towards the sun, and I guess that was my white light. The next thing I know is I'm in the middle of the ocean being pulled away from the sun. And that's when I woke up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes you just want to think about that for a while. That's amazing.
Well, I did for a long time, and I used to cry about it when I spoke about it because I still don't know why to this day it happened to me, because I don't know how I got this bacteria infection, because it ruined my gallbladder, part of my liver, which they had to take out part of my liver. They had to take out my gallbladder, and they found a hernia. So my digestive system, I don't digest food well at all.
Well, you know what's interesting, Natalie? As I was listening to your story, literally just a few weeks ago, a young lady had some health issues and had to go to the hospital, and very quickly she flatlined. I mean, thank goodness she got through it and she's on a road of recovery. But here is what is fascinating to me. She shared that she was on a beach. I mean, this is amazing to me. She was on a beach. The ocean was like to her left. There was a bright light down the beach, but she said that there was a man in white next to her, and as they were walking, he stopped her and said, "It's not your time yet." But isn't it interesting that you mention a beach as well?
Yeah, I don't remember talking to anybody.
But the beach part is, that's an interesting connection.
I know. I guess, yeah, so...
Well, hopefully you'll see dolphins if that ever, would happen again.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, well, I assume you did not see any dolphins, or you probably would have told me.
No. I do remember the darkness of the ocean, though, and trying to swim back to the beach, trying to get away from the ocean. And because I'm in the middle of the ocean all by myself. And I do remember trying to get away, to get out of the ocean. And that's when they pulled me back. That's when they,
well, I'm glad you're still with us.
And so am I, because you've
got all these rules to play.
Yeah, I know. In all my postings and all my comments, I said God gave me a second chance. God kept me alive for a reason.
There you go.
And I believe it.
Well, I'm sure glad you're here, and I hope your health is in a favorable area these days. I'm hoping that you're feeling healthy.
Well, like I said, I don't digest food well, so there are times when my stomach just kind of blows up and I get really bad pain spasms.
Oh.
And I can't do anything but just not eat for a day or two and just write it out.
There's nothing they can prescribe, or there's no procedure or anything?
No, there isn't. My liver has to, how do you say, get better.
Yeah.
Now, because of this bacteria infection, it ruined my whole digestive system, and I don't digest food well. So I rarely eat, and I rarely eat. And when I'm on set, they buy food. And they even, and Will and Julie are great, because Julie says, I got you a salad. And I'm afraid to eat on set. So, because I don't want to have an episode. Because I had an episode while filming Amityville Thanksgiving that I was so sick that I turned pale. But I was like, let's shoot the scene. Let's shoot the scene. Let's shoot the scene. They were so sweet. And Julie goes, you are so pale. She goes, you got me so nervous that I thought I had to call the hospital. I said, I just had to write it out. Put it this way. When it happens, I don't mean to sound gross on the radio. You can delete this or edit it. But I don't feel better until my stomach is completely empty.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So when your stomach is completely empty, you dehydrate.
Mm-hmm.
And with me, that's what happens, and I turn very pale. And then I don't eat for a whole day. I just drink a lot of water and tea.
Well, how do you keep your energy level up when you're filming or doing anything?
I don't know. I have no idea. People ask me, how do you not eat and have all this energy? I said, I don't know. I think it's my passion.
Well, you're a survivor as well. It's pretty clear to me. You overcame the stuttering scenario, and now you're overcoming this, but it certainly can't always be very easy, No, not. Now, what about liquids? Are you able to drink coffee, or is that an issue as well?
I don't. I don't like coffee. I never drank coffee.
Gotcha.
No, I drink ginger tea. I drink chamomile and ginger tea. Yeah. No, I don't smoke. I don't drink. Which is not funny, but my mom was an alcoholic, and I never drank, and I ended up with non-alcoholic liver disease. Like, what the hell?
Oh my goodness, that doesn't seem fair, does it?
That's what I keep saying.
That's rather ironic when you think about it. Well, Natalie, I really appreciate you
but
sharing so much. I'm very curious.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
do you enjoy roles that are also comedic, or do you just like to stick more to the drama or
Oh no,
those kind of things?
I can also do comedic roles. I could do any role. Yeah, like I said, I'm not
You're up for
typecast.
anything.
Like, yeah, it's, like people like will ask me, and I'm like, no, I could do any role. And in fact, um, when I was doing plays, I was doing comedy too, and I also went to school for improving also. And I love improving.
Oh, me too. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, but the person that you improv with has to know how to improv, because if they don't,
Yes.
then
Yeah.
you're like, what the hell?
It's like,
Like,
yeah.
hello.
It's like, dude, are you
I
not
mean,
getting this?
yeah, I know. I would tell people, just follow my lead, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Now, what about
yeah,
web
so,
series? Have you ever been involved with any of those projects, like a web series?
no,
Okay.
but
I have
one
a
wants
feeling you'd
me
be
to
up for
be
it, though,
in.
right?
Oh, yeah, well, so I was already asked to do one.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's it's as a mob girl.
Oh.
The head
Well,
of the
that sounds
mafia.
fun and interesting.
Hey, AO. Yeah, he
Are we
wants me to
talking
be.
East
He wants
Coast
me
mob here? Like New
East
York?
Coast mob. Yeah, it's going to be filming in New Jersey.
Now, you sound like you have. Is it just my imagination, or do you have some of that, you know, New York way of speaking? Or am
It's
I just
so hidden
imagining
out. Like,
things?
I don't have like when I talk to people, I have a New York accent, but then I have a California accent.
Oh, so
It goes back and
you can
forth.
switch gears if you have to. Like you can. Okay.
Well, yeah, like when I talk to people, they're like, you really don't sound like you're from New York. And I'm like, yes, I am. I just don't have like, hey, yo, what are you doing? Like my friends, like, I don't sound like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can actually, and I'm very good with accents, because I like like I could do a British accent, Scotland, Southern. Like if I hear it, I'll do it like that, like in
Oh,
seconds.
that's great. Well,
Yeah.
let me ask you. For there is a certain portion of this listening audience, Natalie. You probably know this, that probably already know how to find you on social media, right? Because of your
Hmm.
followers and whatnot. But let's say there is some people listening to this who somehow
Hmm.
came across the episode, or they saw maybe your picture and they don't know much about you. Like, where would you send them? Like, how can they find you on Instagram and social media?
My Instagram account is with the @ and it's NTLPERI. That's my Instagram account.
Okay.
My IMDb, you could just type in my name and Google, Amazon, Alexa. There's pages and pages and pages of me. You just
There
type
you
my name,
go.
and
Yeah.
there's pages of me. I mean, my friend, she wanted to see one of my movies, and she has Amazon Prime, and she searched bar on her TV, Natalie Peri, and all my movies came up.
Oh,
She
that's
took
great.
she took a photograph of it. She goes, "Oh my God, there you are." I said, "I know." I said, 2 years ago, it wasn't like that. I said, but now when I ask Google who Natalie Peri is, she says, Natalie Peri is an American actress, blah, 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 blah. I mean, to know that, that even the robots and
Yeah,
Google and
yeah.
Alexa know me, and Google, it's just mind-boggling how famous I've become just in the last 2 years alone, and all these projects. And I want to thank everybody who I can't say all your names at once, because I'll be here for forever. I want to thank my manager, especially Charles Brooks. He's also my partner. He's also my family. He's family to me. He's been with me for 9 years. And And I want to thank everybody, that everybody believes in me, wants to work with me. You know who you are. I just want to, and I want to thank my fans. It's a true, if you have no fans, you're nobody, but because of all the support I get from my fans who follow me, and, from 2014, I mean, there have been people that has left, but then there's new people. I mean, I'm my friends on Facebook are 5,000 every day. I have to keep deleting people to make to get new people.
I know. I can't be your friend on there. My request is still pending, just so you know, because you got the 5,000 limit. But I'm going to leave it pending just in case you come across it someday.
But I will go on it later, and I will delete somebody again because I did one last night, and I will add you.
All right. Well,
I'll confirm you.
Oh, that's. I still visit your page though. I still
have 2,700 pending from 27.
Oh boy.
2,700 people of pending friend requests.
Well, I think I sent it about a week or two ago, so maybe the recent ones. And of course, I found you on Instagram, so I'll follow you there. Now, are you on Twitter as well?
No, but I'm on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I'm on LinkedIn.
Okay.
In fact, LinkedIn, I'm becoming popular on there too.
Well, no surprise. I'll tell you what.
I'm getting a lot of offers on there too. I'm getting a lot of offers on there too. As far as roles and stuff, and it's just, I just want to say to everybody, thank you. Thank you for believing me and believing in me. And, I mean, there are directors that I approach that, that, I don't know, tell me, maybe next time. Well, it's your loss. That's all I got to say. Sorry.
Well, you know what? That was very nice to hear about you thanking people that have supported you and cheered you on. That's very nice to acknowledge them, and it makes a big difference, doesn't it, having that kind of support?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I got a letter from one of the directors that I worked with recently, and if I could just read it real quick, I'm not going to say who they are. They didn't have to go out of their way to do this, but to get a letter from a producer or director that you just worked with, and they just write this to you, it means a lot. I mean, I cry. Hold on, just 1 second. Let me get
go right ahead.
Give me 1 second. I'm just going to read it real quick. I'm not going to say who they are because I don't want. Okay. Okay, I was saying how we were talking about how, the other day in my other email, I mentioned how great you are. Your performance is really strong in this one. You're an amazing actress and you look amazing. No matter what character you have played in our films, you bring it every time in all our films. I think you're going to be very happy with it. I know it was fast-paced, but you really left a huge impression on the film, and I can't wait to work with you again soon.
Wow, that's a nice letter to receive. Wow.
I know.
Well,
I know.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, when I got this letter in the email, I went, "Oh my God, thank you so much!" And there was a time because of my stomach that I wanted to quit this business, and it's. I mean, like when it happened in 2020, people were calling me. And my manager was saying, they want you to, they want you in this. And I'm like, no, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. And then in December of 2020, I get a phone call from Will Colazzo. Listen, we're doing Bloody Nunny. We want to cast you as a demon hunter. Are you up for it? And I've never said no. I said, could you give me a couple of days to think about it? Because I wasn't ready to get back out there because of what happened to me, because I went through trauma,
Yes.
And I'm glad that I thought about it and I said, okay, send me the script. And when I got to the set and I said my lines, he was like, Oh my God, that was fantastic. You remember your lines? I was like, yeah, I'm an actress. He goes, no, you said them perfectly. Oh my God, let's do it again. He goes, it took like 5 takes. When I was doing the streets and the other one, I was always called One Take Natalie because I would do it in 1 take and I'm done.
One Take Natalie.
One Take Natalie. In Amityville Thanksgiving, I did 20 scenes in 2 days.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot to do. Wow.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah. So I love working with Will and Julie. They are great to work with, and David Rodriguez. They are fantastic. And so I've done a lot of films with them, and we will be doing more. And plus, I'm working with other people. I'm also working with Jonathan Moody a lot. I haven't met him yet, but he cast me in some roles, and Terry T. Hall and PG Management and CV Kitchen. And also, I just hooked up with Deborah Paulson. She cast me in 2 of her movies as the leads. One of them is a web series, by the way.
Okay.
And this time I'm playing It's a religious movie.
Okay.
Lots
of things to look forward to. That's great.
A lot of things to look forward to. A lot of different characters. A lot of roles.
Well, I wish you the best with all of it. I wish you the best.
And the next movie that I'm filming, which I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm also doing the singing, the musical score.
Oh, hey, that's great.
Yeah,
well,
because I'm also a singer.
I'm going to keep following you and keep up on all your projects. And I know you got to be excited about singing. And Natalie, let me just say, I
cannot wait. I cannot wait. We're already writing the music together and everything, and I already have the music, and we're going back and forth. And then when we film, we're going to record in the studio, and it's going to be in the movie, and I'm like super excited. That character is a psychological thriller. I'm playing a rich bitch who's also a dominatrix.
Okay, well, that's an interesting combination.
Rich bitch who's also a dominatrix who attracts the attention of a serial killer.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for that as well. That sounds very intriguing.
You know what I mean? Different roles, different characters.
That's right.
Yeah, and I was
Variety.
like, I'm looking forward to this one because I'm going to have fun with this one. I have fun with all my roles because I just love performing, yeah.
Well, I can tell that.
I love acting.
Really wish you all the best. Natalie, I just want to say thank you for spending so much time with me, sharing your artistic journey.
Thank you for having me.
And I had a great time, and I hope you did too. And I'm just going to keep cheering you on.
Thank you so much. I promise I will confirm you by tonight and tomorrow, okay?
That's a deal.
You can receive all the latest episodes of Hollywood and Beyond with Stephen Brittingham delivered to your favorite listening device by subscribing to the show on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or whatever happens to be your favorite podcast listening service. Don't miss out. Tune in.
Hi, this is Carrie Mitchum. Hollywood and Beyond podcast is produced, edited, and hosted by Stephen Brittingham. See you on another episode of Hollywood and Beyond. Thanks for listening.